saw you in October. What's the update on the city? And
that's in process.
That's still happening.
Yes, that's in process.
Is it hard for you to like? Because you know, there's a lot of people who will like say that like, if you watch, there's like mini YouTube documentaries about your city and how it's like a big scam.
Right.
Do you care about the naysayers when you know the truth?
I don't care about that, because in the end, when the city's actually up, they're gonna feel like assholes.
Yeah.
It's different if it wasn't happening.
What has been the most difficult part of that project? Because it is a big thing to take on.
I think the most difficult part was fighting the opposition, realizing how much interest that other governments had in Africa, specifically in that area, and why they would want to tear my project down. And that was because I thought I was doing something to help, but I didn't realize as much as I'm helping the people,
it's not about the people, it's about the resources.
Yeah, exactly. The oligarchs that control certain areas, they feel like I'm going to interrupt what they're doing over there as far as just robbing people.
So like in that area, what would be like an oligarch or a foreign government's interest in that area? Is it resources? Is it...
Yes, it's about resources, control. Like that area is a huge area for future developments and where they want to like build the new ports and stuff like that.
I feel like too, like they want to keep these countries as poor as possible.
That's exactly what happens. So
that's what they want. Like the goal is to keep everybody in poverty over there, so they could get what they want. They could take advantage of the mines. They could take
everything else.
Yeah. But because if everybody wakes up, or not necessarily wakes up, because I think people are very like self-aware. But if an alternative universe is created, an alternative path, then you can't take advantage of.
You can't take advantage.
You know,
because when people are actually thriving, they're not going to make starving decisions.
Yeah, like if you think about some of these like mines in Congo, they're like it's like literally modern day slavery. Yeah, no, and like all of our phones are fueling this trade. You know, our Teslas are fucking.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
It's crazy, bro.
It's definitely like I think the last few years, what I've at least, you know, sometimes the internet's a good and a bad thing. There's a lot of brain rot and crazy shit on the internet that fucks up our kids and, you know, lowers our society. But the good thing about the internet is that we got to see, people are able to see what's going on in Gaza.
Right. Yeah, transparency.
People are able to see some of these videos from some of these mines in the Congo where you're like, wait a minute. There's like a lady with 3 kids on her back while she's working, you know, 18-hour days. Like, this is insane.
It really exposes the mistreatment of human beings for sure.
Yeah, it's like a good and a... It's like... There's
a gift and a curse.
Yeah, the gift and the curse, for sure. Yo, is there a newer artist that you're a fan of that you would like to work with that you've been paying attention to?
I've worked with... Man, there's one artist specific, though, that I said to myself, this kid got something crazy, and I would definitely be honored to work with him, and that's Friday.
Friday's fire.
I love Friday.
Yeah.
I think out of all the newest artists that I've seen so far, he's the one that I would say, okay, I can count him in to be around for a while.
Yeah, he's got, in the same way you do,
that kid's special.
A very unique tone and voice.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day with auto-tune, like so many people kind of sound like similar. But Friday's voice?
Yeah, no,
he's
he's different. Yeah, he's different.
Yeah, for sure. No, that'd be crazy.
Got it.
Have you reached out at all?
Yeah, we spoke.
Yeah.
We reached out.
That would be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got so much going on, man. Country album, hopefully a T-Pain album. You and T-Pain got to make that happen.
Oh, no, it's 100% coming. You'll be the first I announce it on the
Yeah, that'd be it. That's big for the court. Speaking of Super Bowl, what did you think of the Super Bowl halftime show with Kendrick? I thought it was a piece of art.
Man, to me, I loved it. Yeah. I loved it. I loved the way Kendrick, put it together. I love the simpleness of it and the dynamics of those little, you could say Acorns that they put in there.
The little there was like very...
You know what I mean? I loved it.
It was a piece of art.
Especially for what Kendrick does and how it was wrapped around his truth. I think it made all the sense in the world, to be honest.
Yeah, I saw people complaining he didn't do some of his bigger songs. I'm like, it wasn't about that.
It was
about presenting a piece of art.
Absolutely. It was not about the songs. Because the songs, you can play them right after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But it's like, what is the message? And I think people forget that.
Yeah. It's crazy to think like the stadium, like he's doing stadiums with SZA. And I mean, Kendrick, for better or worse, like the whole entire, like obviously the beef to me was great for hip hop.
Right.
I mean, shit, Drake's doing fine. Nokia's on fire.
Right.
But it's been dope to see, like, damn, there's a hip hop artist doing stadiums.
Right.
Like, that's crazy. Chris Brown's doing stadiums right now. Shout out to Chris Breezy. Celebrating 20 years. Breezy Bowl.
Chris definitely deserves it.
I tell people, Chris Brown is our Michael Jackson.
1,000%.
Like,
without a question.
I think he's one of the most talented human beings to ever walk the face of the earth.
I promise you he is. Yep.
And when it comes to longevity, when it comes to talent and just music, records, he's our MJ.
Yeah, without a question.
And it sucks because it's like one mistake always like it kind of prevents people like to acknowledge that. But it's like, y'all better stop fucking playing with Chris Brown.
You can't, man. That boy is.
This guy's one of the greatest of all time.
He's 100% one of the greatest.
Yeah, shout out to Chris Breezy, man.
Big shots.
Yeah, I got to get to that stadium show. I think it's like him, Bryson Tiller, and Summer Walker. Yeah,
something like that, right?
Yeah, it should be dope. Any other investments you got working? I know last time you were here, you talked about the Godfather's Pizza. You're working on anything else you got cooking?
Yeah, I mean, right now, we got the new album coming out, Not Guilty, that I'm really, really excited about.
Not Guilty, that's a great name.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
Yep, I can't wait to hear that. And then this Jelly Roll song where he redoes a lot.
That man right there put that together. If you hear it, it's because Kev gave me the idea.
Yep, there it is.
There it is.
So Not Guilty, you're wrapping that up.
Yeah, I'm wrapping that up currently now. Never Really Mattered, the second single that dropped off of it, we just dropped last week. It's doing really, really well.
And so it's crazy too because the first single, Beautiful Day, is like an older song.
Yeah.
That like leaked, right?
Yeah, that leaked. And I ended up redoing it just to put it back out in the marketplace.
And then this newer record is a new record.
It's a brand new record.
Yeah.
It's featuring Simeon's a new girl group that I'm about to present. And I'm introducing them to the world on this record. That's the ones on the choruses.
That's dope.
Yeah, they're killing it.
So you're still actively trying
now
to sign
I am.
artists. You're
Now I'm signing artists like it ain't no tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're going super stupid. I'm signing artists, producers. We just picked up Press Play, who's one of the lead producers that we just picked up recently, Monster. So
yeah, I mean, you're one of the most prolific CEOs ever. If you think about all the people who came through your label, man.
Man, I'm just happy to be a part of, being a contribution to the culture, man. I'm happy enough for that for sure.
How many Lady Gaga albums came out through Convict?
Was the first two.
Oh, that's all you need.
The first two was mine, and then I was in collaboration with the third one, and then I was out by the time the next ones came out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those checks still coming in.
Yeah, they still working.
Yeah.
They still working. Still feeding.
So you got like Poker Face was like on the first album, right?
Yeah, that was the first album. The first album was the biggest album.
Yeah.
That was the one that gave her all the accolades.
It's crazy too, because like the dynamic between like a song like Just Dance, her first song that you were on, and then fast forward to like some of her other shit, like damn, this girl's so just an alien, man. Shout out to her.
Yeah, she's brilliant, man.
When was the last time you guys have talked or ran into her?
It's probably been about a year. I would say probably a year.
Yeah.
I think it's probably a year. I think it was one of her shows. I went and saw her backstage, said hello for a brief. It's been about a year.
Was there what was it about her that you heard or saw that you were like, we got to figure this out? I can help you out.
I don't see how anybody could have seen her and not see it.
Right.
Like she was a star off the gate. And then her talent as a songwriter, as a performer, and then she had her own style. Like nobody looked like her.
Right.
And she was so fearless, like willing to do things that no other artist would do. But most importantly, she had such a hard working. Like her work ethic was just unmatchable.
Right.